It's time to go balls deep. My name is Alan Gigax. I am your co-host, and I'm here along with Anthony Scafacci. And today we are going to talk about what it's like running a hugely, enormously, gloriously successful Facebook fan group for EA Sports College Football.
Thanks, Al.
Yeah. Here's Anthony.
So let's get right into it, I guess. Welcome to the EA Sports College Football Headquarters podcast, the Balls Deep podcast, episode 2.
Yep. So what did you just do right before we started this recording?
Somebody from our group messaged me because there's a scammer in the group. What the hell is that shit that they try to do?
Telegram.
The Telegram. Yeah. So the Telegram...
It's nonstop.
Yeah, it's just nonstop. And although we really try hard to filter out the assholes in our group, scammers get in, right? They are pretty fucking relentless. They're like cockroaches, and they are tough to get rid of. And every time I feel like I get rid of one, there's 2 more. But I spend a lot of nights, you would probably laugh, literally going through our membership looking for names that appear Nigerian.
Yeah, so on the Facebook analytics, you can see like where most of your members are, and I know number 1 is obviously the United States,
yes,
right? Number
by
2
a huge margin.
Number 2 is Canada.
Then Canada, yes.
And then what's number 3?
Nigeria.
And,
just so you know, I have removed 9 since the last update that I've tracked down. I feel like that character in not Reservoir Dogs, in Inglourious Basterds.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, I am hunting those fuckers down relentlessly to the point where I feel like I should be a detective by now.
Now, don't you worry that at some point, like, you're going to miss out on this big opportunity to get, $1 million from the Bank of Nigeria?
Yeah, it has crossed my mind. I mean, somebody has got to be giving away their entire fortune just for my help.
Exactly.
Right? But it does seem a little unlikely. So just to be safe, I'm just going to find those people and try to get rid of them.
There you go. So for those of you who don't run Facebook groups out there, this is a major problem on Facebook everywhere. And when you report to the admins, it really does go to people. Well, I mean, there's plenty of Facebook pages that are just derelict or they're run by bots. But if they're active administrators, the reports really do go to those people, and they try to weed those out because fuck those people.
Oh, yeah. And thankfully, there is a lot of our members that do try. I'll tell them, hey, tag me in that post, or, just report the post, or tag one of the other, tag you, for example, or tag one of the other moderators on the page, and they will get rid of it as fast as possible. And so it has helped. We have kept it, in my opinion, to a minimum, considering at last glance, we get around 300 new posts per day.
Oh, my God.
And around 8,000 comments per day.
Wow.
Yes.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, we are busy. It is a tidal wave. And I belong to a few different Facebook groups. And I look at these other groups that only have maybe a couple thousand members in them or whatever, and they get like 10 posts a day. Right. And I'm like, damn, that's got to be real nice.
Yeah, because it's a breeze.
Yeah, 300 a day. It may not seem like much, but I have a job, I have a family, I have kids, I have things to do that do not include scrubbing our page to make sure that every stupid comment or every negative thing that's on the page gets removed, because it's not that we can't handle criticism or we don't want people to have proper constructive criticism of the game.
Sure.
However, we are not the developers of the game. Right. So telling me everything you think's wrong with the game, there's not a lot I can do about it.
But that's kind of the dream, is that if we become prominent enough, then one day EA will come to us.
Well, so in other games I have played in my gaming career,
City of Heroes.
Yes, on City of Heroes, I actually had a direct line and a seat at the table with the developers where they would come and ask me for ideas.
Forgot about that.
For different things and what can make this game better. And a lot of my ideas actually made it into the game. So it has been done. Now that game compared to college football, there's no comparison. The college football universe for this game is massive.
Yeah.
Right. I think at its peak, maybe there was like 200,000 people playing
City Heroes. Right.
There was, I think,
like 20 million.
Just in the pre-release. At one point online, I saw like 800,000 people.
Online at one time.
Yeah, this is before the game was actually globally released. This was just in the 3 days that...
For the people who paid the extra $30.
For the people that extra... Yeah. So I don't know. They haven't posted anything yet or released anything. But I have a feeling that this game is going to sell north of 2.5 million copies.
Dude, I saw pallets of it at Costco.
Yeah, I mean, this game has blown the fuck up.
Yeah.
It is like, people ask, do you think this game will surpass Madden? And I said, I don't know, because Madden,
probably not.
Yeah, Madden is the NFL, which is a full global sport.
Yeah, it's way bigger than college.
Football is very just the United States, Canada, maybe some in Mexico, things like that. Maybe,
and Nigeria, obviously.
And apparently Nigeria. It's big in Nigeria. So managing expectations was a thing. People, fans of this game are so loyal to the game, and so hungry to play it before release that it was honestly kind of overwhelming, because for a long time, I didn't know that community really existed.
Okay.
Right? That it was really out there.
Yeah.
And now that our page, the headquarters, is thriving, and you see, I mean, still today, we're going to have about 700 new members. And the expectations for this game were so through the roof.
Right.
Like, over the moon. Yeah. That people were thinking it was going to be like, Grand Theft Auto. Look, I love college football.
Yep.
It's not going to be Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto is like a phenomenon. It sells like 25 million copies.
Right.
And, I mean, people are still playing a game that came out. I don't even know when GTA 5 launched, but it was a long time ago. And people still play the hell out of that game. They still update it. It's still going. And like when GTA 6 comes out, like that will sell 20 million copies probably like the first day. I mean, people can't get enough of that game. This college football, in terms of sports gaming, I don't know. I think it could be the highest selling football game of all time.
So I just looked up some stats on it, and just the pre-release, the people who paid the extra $30, EA sold $250 million.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that should tell everybody that, hey, it's a hit.
Yeah.
Right? They've made their money.
Right.
Trust me, they recouped their money.
Yeah, the money they had to spend on NIL licenses.
Oh, yeah. I think
they
covered it.
Yeah, they
covered that shit. Yeah. So hopefully...
Dude, they totally could have paid enough to get Arch Manning in the game.
They did. They ended up, he got some kind of like side deal.
Right.
For $50,000 or $60,000 to go plug the game,
yeah.
Which is pretty cool. Look, some people are hating on it because he's not even like the starter at Texas.
Right.
But look, he's a Manning.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's going to figure it out.
Right.
He's probably going to be a stud college quarterback and probably a 99 in 2 years or something like that.
Yeah.
And that actually is something, though, when we get back into the gaming itself, that is interesting to me. Because this is the first year where all the rosters, for the most part, are filled in with real, actual college football players that have been rated and so on and so forth. And now people are now playing their dynasties. And my philosophy has always been, once that dynasty is started, you cease to be in real college football anymore.
Agree.
You are now just in a simulated college football universe of your own build.
Yeah.
Right? And so, next year, for example, when all these teams have updated rosters, like a lot of people used to love to download those new updated rosters each year, where for me, I never cared about any of that.
I don't even care about the current roster.
Yeah, exactly. I could care less. I just want to play the game and recruit and do all my digital players. Those guys are pimps, bro. They're out there killing it.
Right.
But
we have the disadvantage of living in Las Vegas, where our college football team is UNLV, and we don't have a whole lot to root for.
No, hasn't. Yeah, there's definitely no.
If we lived in Columbus, Ohio, or Ann Arbor, Michigan,
sure,
it might
feel a little bit different, right? But
I can name a player on Ohio State. I cannot name a player on UNLV.
I could name a player, but that fucking guy transferred. He's now like the 5th string quarterback in Georgia.
Dude.
Yeah. So, So anyway, so let's talk more about some of what was going on, the expectations for this game. What did you expect it to be like?
Well, my interests are a little bit different from the usual fans. Like, one of the things that I love about college football is how unique all the uniforms are, how there's all these different uniform combinations. And that was honestly one of the main reasons that I wanted the new game. And I've been really pleased with the way that has played out, that there are teams that have 10 different uniform combinations. There's a lot of flexibility, and I really like that. I love the visual aspects of the game. I like the pregame rituals. Although, honestly, once you've seen it, you've seen it. Yeah. And at this point, I've only been playing for like a couple weeks, and I hold down
You're
X.
skipping it now,
I'm
right?
skipping it now. Yeah, like, it's going to be the same intro that I saw last time. All right. But I'll at least look at them at least once.
Sure.
And it is cool to see.
Yeah, definitely the presentation I loved on the older game, that you could create your own. And you could upload your own music. So you could play DMX, or you could do whatever you wanted.
That was fun.
You could any kind of music, and you could customize the intro a little bit, right, to make it kind of unique, right? I do like, obviously, the visual of it now, and the way the fans interact. And
even more fun than the music there was versions where you could make your own signs that the fans would hold up.
Yeah, the custom signs and the filthy shit that I would write on them.
If you got a sack, and then you would have a fan hold up a sign that says "Lick my sack."
Yeah.
And, oh my god.
Yeah, that was
so
definitely
fun.
the best thing.
That was great.
So Al, one of the things that we were looking forward to when we first got the new game was forming an online dynasty.
Right.
And so, because we both work, because a lot of our friends work, because they're all older, right, we created the Dads League. Yep. And turns out we weren't the only people to have this idea.
Oh, yeah.
Right? That we saw a lot of people posting for leagues that move at a little slower pace.
Right.
For a little older people that don't have 15 hours a day to devote to the game.
Right. I can't be advancing 3 times a week. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah. Well, and also, the skill level. Look, the fact is, if I played 10 or 12 hours a day, like I used to back when I was single and didn't have a lot of money, and so the investment in the game covered a lot of hours for me. I could play that game for 6-8 hours a day. Some days I would not leave my fucking couch at all.
You're saying that your wife is not down for that?
No, she is definitely not down for that. Yeah. Every time I even look at my PlayStation, I can feel her eyes burning through the back of my skull.
Right.
She wants nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
And so, when I'm trying to explain to her, baby, I'm going to be streaming.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. This is going to be a big deal.
Yeah, this is going to be a big deal. She asks if I'm Facebook famous now.
Yeah.
And I tell her, no, I'm not. I'm not. Nobody gives a fuck about me.
Yeah.
On the page, I guess if I post something or whatever, people will somewhat listen, but at the same time...
Only because it says admin next to
Yeah, only
your name.
because it says admin next to my name, and I have the power to kill them off. So,
So let's get back to that for just a little
Sure.
bit, because we've already talked about getting rid of Nigerians.
Yes.
Who else do you have to get rid of?
Well, I mean, we have to get rid of people that just are just dicks. I mean, our number one rule, the golden rule, right, has nothing to do with golden showers, right? Yeah. Contrary to popular belief.
Right.
It's just about, don't be a dick, man. Just treat people the way you want to be treated.
Right.
Apparently, because it's the internet and you can't just punch people in the face,
right,
people got real fucking comfortable with talking to other people, grown-ass men, a certain way, and feeling like nothing's going to happen, because most of the time it doesn't.
Right.
However, in the news recently, there's been cases where gamers, not from football or whatever, have literally driven across the country,
Right.
armed to the fucking tooth,
Yeah.
ready to kill a motherfucker over some shit in a video game.
That was maybe my favorite. I love the movie Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Yes.
But at the end, when they go to everybody's house that posted shit about them on the internet,
Yeah,
oh,
talking
so
shit,
funny.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have some people that, out of pocket, right?
Yeah.
And
There
they will talk shit and they will get personal and bring people's families into it. And I mean, people have sent me screenshots of messages other members are sending them where, I mean, just vile shit, right? Where they are threatening to kill their family, their dog, their kids, rape their wives, all this shit, right?
It's mad.
Over not playing on Heisman, which is some real fucking idiotic shit, right?
Yeah.
And so, I'll find those people, ban them, and then it's funny because then they will message me back and tell me how my page ain't shit.
Right.
And they didn't want to be there in the first place.
Yeah.
Dude, it's fucking
I'm
sour
glad
grapes.
that worked out. Yeah.
Yeah, like, and I'm like, just get the fuck out of here, man. Like, I'm gonna kick your ass out. All right, bro.
Yeah.
You're gonna come to. You're fine. You know what? Fly to Vegas.
Yeah.
Get your ass. Come find me. Twain and Swenson, motherfucker. I'll be there. Okay. Yeah. You can come find me and we'll have it out. All right. Like, no problem.
Dude. Yeah, it's ridiculous. And so goes toward our mission of trying to create a welcoming environment where people feel comfortable to post their creative work and
not get shit on.
Yeah, and not get shit on. That's right. And so we will delete comments that are just shit posts, you know, where people are just talking shit for the sake of talking shit.
And it's not even funny. It's just like, you a bitch.
Yeah.
And it's like, come on, dude. Like,
dude,
first off, if you're going to talk shit, come up with something witty, right? Be clever.
Right. At least be clever.
Right. And, it's fine if you want to talk shit about somebody's digital safety who looks like a fucking statue and can't cover anybody.
Right.
Like, if you want to talk some shit about that, right? Or how your quarterback is, coughing up piss blood and footballs.
Yeah.
Right? That's fine. But the second it becomes personal, where you're talking about some real person in a personal way, you gotta go, man. We don't need that. We don't want it. We want people that this community can rally around to some extent and support each other, because for a lot of guys, and this is something that's come to my attention, and I've heard a lot of guys on our page say it, is like, it helps with their depression. It helps with...
It's an escape.
Yeah, it's an escape, right? They make friends. They're talking to people that they've never met, that they're buddies now with.
Yeah.
In a league or whatever, and they're...
We made a friend for college football back in the day. We grew up together. We've known each other since junior high school. And we had this apartment. And back when we were playing Bill Walsh or close to it, there was a kid, the kid in the apartment next door, that he would come over and he would play college football against us, and he would want to bet. And he was just some stupid kid. And
he was like 12 or 13 years old or whatever.
And he thought that he was great, and he'd come over and just get his ass kicked every time.
Just get destroyed.
Yeah.
I had like a pile of that kid's Nintendo games.
Yeah.
Just that I never played, just because he wanted to bet something on the game. And I gave him all back. But it just, he would come over, knock on the door. We want to play? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and then we would also play street football. And he would be out there like, yeah, man, I got the wiggles and jiggles.
Yeah.
And that's how we got the name. And, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, good times. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's probably 40 now.
Dude, you're right. He probably is 40.
He's probably 40 now.
Wow. Oh, my God. I hope he got his gambling problem under control.
I don't know, man. Not here. Not in Vegas, baby. No. That kid's probably living on the streets with his wiggles and jiggles. Bet everything he owned.
Dude, that good time.
Yeah, So anyway,
so it does build community.
Yeah, it builds a community, and that is definitely the thing we're trying to foster, man. We're trying to build something different here. I tell everybody, sometimes I could get a little raw, man, but I am trying to build a fucking monster.
Yeah.
Right? I want this page to be the page.
Right.
Right? Where if you think college football.
Right. The video game.
The video game.
Not real
college.
Right,
not real college football. If you think EA Sports college football, which community is number one? I want people to automatically just fucking default to the headquarters.
Yeah.
I want to be so fucking big, so influential.
Right.
Right? That, like we talked about earlier,
like
EA Sports comes to us,
Like
right?
they
That they
did with
sponsor us,
right.
sponsor contests. They want to get in on it. They want to talk to us because our members have a voice. And we can do that if we just don't have a toxic shithole of a page.
That's it. Yeah. We're trying to stop it from turning toxic. And the page really started to turn that way for a while.
Sure.
And the admins had a sit down, a virtual sit down, where we said like Rich or Anthony posted that he wanted us to talk him off the ledge. Like, look, I'm thinking about going nuts and just banning a bunch of people.
Yeah.
And just deleting all this shit. And I'm so tired of all the negativity in this group. And I need you guys to talk me down. And every other mod was like, no, man, do it.
Yeah, they wanted that
we all
smoke.
want that too.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
What sucks is when somebody would act like an asshole,
Yeah.
I would message that person, hey, man, just chill out, dude. Let it go. Just move on, right?
Right.
Like, I want you to be a member of this community. I think, there's no reason to have to get kicked out.
Yeah.
Right? And multiple people, after talking back and forth with them just for a few minutes, came around. And a couple of them have honestly become really, really good members of the page.
That's cool.
Right? And that they would have gotten banned if I didn't reach out to them first. And I'm not like a fucking soothsayer or nothing like that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But the idea is that I wanted to give people a chance. I wanted them to realize, like, it doesn't have to be fucking toxic.
Right. And that there's a human on the other end of that
Sure.
computer.
Right.
And it's not cool.
No.
And maybe that realization can kind of wake people up and be like, oh, yeah, I guess maybe I don't want to be an asshole.
Yeah. And they are a lot nicer now on the page, right?
Yeah.
That they took it to heart, right?
Yeah, it's working.
And it's working, right? But there came a time, not too couple of weeks ago, where we had that conversation and everybody was like, no, fuck that. Rain down fire and brimstone.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right.
Yeah.
And I went out there and I put together a pretty long-winded post where I was really blunt about how we felt.
Yeah.
And I think I banned myself that day, around 15 people.
Yeah.
Right. And since then, I've been banning people at a higher rate. I just banned somebody literally on my way here today because he was talking shit about me. Right. And like for nothing.
Well, that's an absolute forbidden. Yeah.
Right. Well, like, look,
no.
dude, you're not going to fuck with us as the admins or the mods. You're not going to shit on us.
Right.
Right. I don't want you shitting on anybody, but you're definitely not doing it to us. If you think you're going to come on our page and you're going to shit on us and just try to fucking, get a rise out of us,
right.
Just get the fuck out of here.
Right.
Look, go make your own page.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be successful.
Right.
Go do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
I'm cool with it, man. Right? But I got too much shit to deal with. I want our page to be an escape. Right?
Yeah.
It is for me.
And with how many members we have and how much content we have, we don't need them.
No.
Yeah.
I'll kick one out and then think to myself, in 15 seconds, I'm going to replace that dude.
Right.
With some other guy who will probably be just as dumb, but at least I don't know he's dumb yet.
Right, exactly. He's not proven dumb.
No, and so here's a couple of things I want to talk about.
Okay.
So we have some really cool fucking members, right?
Yeah, it's true.
So,
like the guy who makes the controllers.
Yeah, so we have a guy, Tyson Matthias. I don't know if that's actually how you spell his name.
Yeah.
Who makes these custom controllers, right?
Yeah.
And they are fucking dope, dude.
They are.
Yeah.
They really are.
And he makes them, and we got together with him, and we started a contest.
The team builder
contest.
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, the team builder itself has been a little janky.
Yeah.
So it hasn't worked quite right. So we're kind of delaying the contest a little. I'm going to post about it.
Okay.
To kind of give an extension because we haven't even gotten people's entries yet because they simply can't.
Yeah.
But you got to check out this guy's custom controllers for college football.
Right.
They are insane, right? Like they are really, really cool.
Dude, they have the details of the team, the name of the team, obviously, the logo, other like side details, and they're all like put onto these PlayStation and Xbox controllers.
Yeah.
And it looks really good.
Yeah, they're really good. Definitely check him out.
Yeah.
And then one last thing before we go. So we have some other members, a couple of them who have bought copies of the game.
Okay.
And given them away on
kidding.
our page to people who
I thought
couldn't
those were all
afford it.
scams.
No. There are a couple of people who, out of the goodness of their heart,
That's really cool.
they bought the game and mailed it, like
Wow.
hard mailed it,
Yeah,
snail
yeah.
mail style,
Right.
to another person,
Dude, that's cool.
right?
Yeah.
Who they've never met,
Wow.
right? So they could play the game too, because they became friends, man. And this guy
Right.
couldn't afford the game. Now, some people make fun of that shit.
No
right?
way, that's awesome.
That somebody couldn't afford the game
Oh,
because
dude.
and I'm like, look, man, we got people with all walks of life.
Yeah.
Right?
Dude,
Not
how much
everybody
money-
has a father worth millions of dollars in Nigeria.
You're right, exactly.
Right?
That's where I was going with it
Yeah,
too.
so
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, a couple of these guys, it's happened a few times where they bought copies of the game and they for nothing. They're not asking for anything. They're not trying to sell their YouTube page or their Twitch stream or
Right,
any
they're
other
just
shit.
doing an
They're
act
just
of kindness.
An act of kindness out of the
Right.
fucking goodness of their hearts,
Right.
and gave the game to somebody else. And I thought that was really cool for members of our group. And that's something that I was super impressed with.
Yeah, that is cool. But for the record, most of the time when you see shit like that,
It's
it
a
is
fucking scam. Yeah,
It is a
they're
scam.
trying to take your money
and
or
they're
something.
report us to the mods and they're going to get banned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah, that'll wrap us up.
Yep.
Episode 2 and more to come. Thank you guys for listening, and we will see you on the fan page.
absolutely.